Hey, thanks for dropping by to the Planners on Purpose podcast, created by Naomi Tucker, CMP. Now, this space is for the event planners to encourage and empower you so that you can fully live your life on purpose. So before we dig in, please take a moment to subscribe so you get future shows. Now, here she comes, your host, Naomi.
Hello, Naomi here for another episode of the Planners on Purpose podcast. I hope you're doing well and that you're leading a life that you absolutely love. And you know, what I love is to come here and share with you about things that interest me with hope that they interest you too. And February is a month that's all about love. It's all about celebrating diversity. And I'm hoping that we can do that this month. And you know, what February also is it is meaning that the year is in full swing. January is over with, and February means that many of us are head down. We're making things happen in our professional lives, and we're probably in the thick of just managing work and managing our lives, right? We gotten our fresh starts, but we're really trying to make things happen now. And although that works and we're doing a great job and we're keeping everything in check, and what really can thwart us and what really can just bring our energy level crashing down is if clients aren't happy, or if we have a client that's just persistent in ensuring the progress that's being made, or whatever deliverable that you're working on for them is just being done. As an event planner, it's having clients that are very particular about every single part and step of the process and wanting to be a part of every single decision. And although we can understand why this may happen and why clients may be as persistent as they are, of course they want things to be a success, many times it points to a trust factor that can be this unspoken necessity with clients, and it really prevents them from letting go and really letting you do your best work. So I wanted to talk about healthy relationships on this podcast. And if a healthy relationship is really built on trust, and you don't have trust, you have this weird paranoia thing going on. Your clients just really, it just doesn't feel authentic. And your clients are really wanting to make sure, double check and triple check that things are being completed as maybe even you said that they are going to be completed. So it's important that in order for us to have healthy relationships with our clients, that we find ways that we can establish trust with them. And when you do that, you can watch your relationship with your clients improve over time. So with that said, I had a few tips that I found that have worked for me when leading teams and supporting clients over the years. And I'm hoping that they will help you as you continue to really love on your clients this year. So get out a notebook if you would like, and you can write these down or just take a mental note. But yeah, like I said, these are some things that really have proven to be true and proven to really, really help the client relationship. So the first tip that I have for you is communication. And this comes up a lot. It comes up when we're working with teams. It comes up when we're working with our employer. Communication is huge all the way around. And it's important that you having a great communication flow with your clients is in place. So that means being transparent with our clients. Perhaps they don't need to know everything that happens, but they may benefit from understanding where the process is and how close you are to completing certain milestones along the way. That's huge for them. They would love to just understand that a bit more, and for you to share those things with them would really go a long way to establishing trust. Showing your work with them, what you're doing for the client, it really helps with communication, because many times we're not really sharing what we're doing with our clients. What wins have you had in securing something for them, or taking care of a task, or moving towards a milestone for them? What opportunities have you received just even in your professional life? Maybe there has been acknowledgments that you've been a part of that you can show them. It doesn't necessarily have to be directly related to the work that you do for them, but clients really love to know that the people that are supporting them are impacting more than just what you're supporting them in, whether, as an event planner, whether it's just their event. They want to see how you're impacting other things. And even if they don't say that, it really helps them when they can see that. It elevates your value in what you bring to the table when it comes to what you're working with them on. And it can bring a lot of exclusivity to the relationship. They now are working with someone who has been recognized for something that they now know about. So showing your work, communicating that to your clients, and being able to really showcase the acknowledgments that you receive can go a long way in them understanding the person that is supporting them. Now, also, another thing that's huge when it comes to communication is setting boundaries with your clients. And boundaries is a word, and yes, it starts with a B, but it doesn't have to be harsh or brash. It can just simply mean that you're letting your clients know kind of what your preferences are, right? For example, when you're out of the office and you're going on vacation, letting your client know ahead of time so that they can anticipate and plan for you being away. That's absolutely fine. If it's a long vacation, be transparent. Let them know how important this vacation is to you. Perhaps even share where you're going and maybe how you're looking forward to a quality time with your family, or whatever the reason is that you're going. I have a family, so for me, it would be that I am spending quality time with my family and I'm really excited about it. Now, you don't have to go on and on about it, but just lay some seeds down here and there so that when you do leave and when you are kind of announcing, hey, I am about to head out, that your client completely understands. They're aware of how important it is to you, and they wouldn't want to bother you, and you've completely set up their support system on how they'll be serviced while you're out. So communication is huge, and doing that all ahead of time so you're not rushing to do it before you leave or with any other thing that you're setting a boundary on is going to be huge for the relationship with your client. Now, communication is the first thing. The second thing would be follow through. And in order to ensure, we were just talking about boundaries. So in order to ensure, let's say, your boundaries are upheld and your clients are happy, it's really going to take the follow through from you. And that means that you say what you mean and you mean what you say, right? That means you're a person of your word. And this means that when you commit to a deadline, that you follow through on that deadline, and that if it doesn't happen for some reason, you're transparent, you're open, and you're communicating the reason, regardless if that reason falls on you or not. Now, when you do it this way, you really gain more respect from your client. Our clients are there for us to serve, but also they help hold us accountable for the work that we say we'll do for them. So making sure that you are able to follow through, that you're treasuring every deadline. If deadlines need to be amended, great. I mean, that happens, but let's have the conversation. Let's discuss the reasons why, and let's come to alignment and agreement so that you can move forward. And essentially, you can follow through with your client. They will love that. And it establishes so much trust when you actually follow through and you do what you say that you are going to do. Now, the next tip I have for you is to anticipate needs. That's another healthy habit that when you're supporting your clients, that it just is such the secret sauce, anticipating their needs, because we don't want to simply be order takers with the things that we do. We don't want to just get the orders for the client and fulfill them. We want to be able to provide value in which our clients are going to appreciate. And we want to come through in ways that they don't even anticipate, right? That's really can be such a exciting thing to do. So think of your client and that maybe you're struggling with the client right now. Is there a way that you can anticipate a future need and address it? Things like this are going to surprise and delight your customers and your clients. This is just always fun to just be one step ahead of your client. When you do this, you know what happens? Your client trusts you. They take their hands off the steering wheel a bit to be able to enjoy the relationship that they do have with you. So no one wants to be an order taker. So learning to anticipate the needs of your client can really go a long way with developing a thriving relationship with them. So definitely, if you're not anticipating their needs and you feel like you're playing a little bit of catch up, try to make sure that you get yourself to the point where you're anticipating their next ask. That's exciting. And that's going to make a big step for establishing trust. Now, the next tip I have for you is to take care. And this is my last tip for you, is to take care. This can be fun. This can be a fun part of client relationships. I love adding the elements of surprise into relationships. And when it comes to really taking care of your client, it means you have to listen, right? Listen keenly on things that they divulge about, little things like their personal lives. Maybe they mentioned that they have a partner or spouse, and I don't know, maybe they have children, and maybe they love to go to museums in their free time, or they enjoy hiking. You may just find out that they have a whole other world of interests that possibly you didn't know because you were always just worried about the details of what you're doing for them. However, when you could take care of your client in all of the steps that we mentioned before, but then add on the awareness of, let's say, just the interest that you can see in their lives and you can relate to that somehow, many times you could just seal the deal and have this be a long-term client for you. People love to be noticed. They love to be recognized for the things that they do, for the interests that they have. Some people love their family, Some people probably don't. Maybe they have someone in their family that just annoys them and they talk about it all the time. But these little nuances that happen in their lives are things that you can acknowledge, perhaps relate to, and just take some care in being interested in, and it puts the relationship that you have with them on a whole other level. Well, I hope this helps. I absolutely love finding out about the nuances of my clients and learning about their unique backgrounds and how it contributes to where they are and the work that they're doing. Because when you do that, it seems as though it takes the work that we do up a notch. It isn't work. At the end of the day, it ends up being relationship building. It's supporting and it's serving. And, we get to do it. We get to do this. We get to enjoy the people that we work with and learn more about them and share more about ourselves. And who knows where that will take us if we let it. So my friends, I wish you healthy, kind relationships with your clients this year. What a beautiful month to try to implement at least one of these areas with your clients. And if you love these tips, you can have more of them by joining my newsletter. The link will be in the description. I would love to have you a part of my community, and joining that newsletter would be your first step. Until next time, my friends, please stay on purpose.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, hit the like button and tell us how much you enjoyed the show by leaving a message in the comments. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.